File 13, the abandoned school broadcast. We parked half a block away because the front lot was chained off and sprayed with bright orange warnings that looked fresh, too fresh for a school that's been condemned for years. The camcorder auto exposure pulsed as I zoomed in on the main entrance. The sign over the door still read Riverview, but someone had tried to sand the letters down. In the drizzle, the scraped metal caught the streetlight like a grin. Mara whispered that the city paperwork said the power was cut. The problem was, the entrance lights were on, not bright, not welcoming, just enough to prove somebody had paid the bill. The side door gave after 2 shoulder checks, like it had been opened recently, and then set back into place for show. Inside, the air smelled like wet paper and old floor wax. The camcorder caught floating dust whenever my IR low light kicked in, like snow drifting through a dead building. We moved past trophy cases and peeled posters for last year's spring musical. That was when the PA speaker above us popped once, just a dry thunk, and a thin feedback whine stretched down the corridor. Mara stopped walking. So did I. We both listened like the building had just cleared its throat. We reached the main office doors, and I filmed through the cracked window first. Habit. The reception desk was empty, but the intercom panel on the wall glowed a sickly green, like it had never stopped waiting. Mara leaned in, whispering our planned intro for the episode. Before she could say the school's name, the PA squealed again, louder this time, then snapped into a flat, calm tone. Mara Klein. We froze. The speaker repeated it, clearer. Then, Eli Carter. My name. My stomach went cold. The voice sounded like an automated attendance system, the kind that calls a roll and expects the room to answer back. Mara backed away from the office door like it might bite. I swung the camcorder down the hall to prove, on tape, that we weren't alone in hearing it. The moment I did, the fluorescent lights 2 sections ahead blinked once, twice, then steadied. Not random. Like a response. I whispered, "Who's there?" And the PA clicked sharply, as if it had been waiting for the question. Present. 1 word. Perfect pronunciation. The lights blinked again, one at a time, stepping forward in a line, guiding us deeper into the building like runway lights. We found the faculty lounge by accident, door hanging open, vending machine dead, chairs turned over. On the far wall, a whiteboard, still clean enough to read. Someone had written a list in thick marker under the header attendance. No student names, no class period, just 2 lines. Klein, Mara. 12:03 a.m., Carter, Eli. 12:03 a.m. Mara mouthed the time and looked at her watch. 12:02. I zoomed in until the letters filled the frame, and the camcorder timestamp jittered, like it didn't want to be recorded. Above the board, the PA speaker clicked again. Soft, satisfied, like a teacher closing a book. We followed the guiding flicker toward the locker wing. The camera's mic picked up a low, rhythmic squeak, metal on metal, like something was gently rocking a locker door back and forth. I panned slow. Every locker was shut, except one near the middle, barely cracked. A strip of darkness inside. The squeak stopped when I centered it in frame. The PA came on again, almost polite. "Do not open," Mara whispered. That's the first helpful thing it said. Then, from inside the cracked locker, came a soft tap-tap, like knuckles answering from the dark. Mara asked the air, "Why are you doing this?" The PA didn't answer right away. It played a short burst of feedback, then a new tone, lower and closer, as if the speaker had moved nearer without moving. Question not accepted, and then, like it was reading a rubric, ask, "What did you come to record?" My throat went tight. We'd walked in here thinking we were hunting for a ghost story. The building was telling us how to speak to it, like we were the students, and it was the only teacher left. The lights guided us to the auditorium. The doors resisted, then gave with a wet groan. Inside, the stage curtains hung like rotten velvet. I swept the camcorder across rows of seats and caught something that made Mara stop breathing. A red on-air light over a door beside the stage. That's not supposed to exist in a school," she whispered. The door plaque read, "AV Storage," but the light above it pulsed like a heartbeat. The PA clicked once, and the voice said, almost gently, "Your interview is ready." Inside AV storage was a rolling TV cart facing a chair, like a set. The TV was already on, already snowing with static. Then the snow sharpened into a clean image, the same auditorium, filmed from a high corner angle. Not my camcorder angle, not Mara's phone, a fixed, surveillance-like shot. And in that future image, the chair wasn't empty. Someone sat in it, turned slightly away so the face wasn't clear. A woman's shape, perfectly lit like studio lighting, didn't belong here. A lower third graphic appeared on the TV like a news package. "Tenant, Unit 5C. The PA voice softened. "They will ask why you called." Behind us, the auditorium doors clicked shut. Quiet as a decision. Mara whispered, "We didn't call anybody." The TV responded with a clean subtitle across the static. "You did." My camcorder HUD flickered. Timestamp jumped forward 2 minutes, then back. The PA spoke our names again, but this time it sounded impatient. Klein, Mara, Carter, Eli, then answer. The static on the TV resolved for one perfect frame, showing us both from behind at the exact spot we were standing now. Except in that frame, the auditorium lights were fully on, and the chair on stage was empty because Mara was sitting in it, waiting, like she'd already agreed. I yanked the camcorder toward the exit, autofocus hunting, audio peaking with feedback, while the PA repeated one last instruction, calm as a bell. "Present yourself. If you want the next file, if you want to see what that school kept broadcasting after we stopped recording, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Drop a comment with the creepiest place you've ever been at night, because these files don't feel like stories anymore. They feel like footage someone wanted found."